Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a Freetrade portfolio update. It has been a good few months since I did my last Freetrade portfolio video and showed you guys what I had invested in. So today I thought it would be a good idea to look back and see how that portfolio is doing, and I did get a request from one person, so thank you to you for suggesting it. As a bit of a backstory for those of you that don't know, hi, my name is Katie and I'm sharing my investment journey on this channel with you all. So I started investing last year in April 2020 when the COVID-19 market crash was happening. I took it as an opportunity to, as a complete beginner, start investing into the stock market, especially as the prices were a little bit cheaper. It felt just a little bit less frightening. So I thought I'd jump in, I'll give it a go. And I think my first year I have felt much more confident investing, and I will continue to do so. And this channel is just sharing my tips and my experiences with it to help and encourage other people to begin investing as well. So my last Freetrade video was about 5 months ago. I filmed it in at the beginning of March, and my balance when I did that video was £397, and my rate of return overall was 5.93%, which I was really happy with at the time considering the market was still quite volatile. And since that time I've had one free share worth £7.90, and I've also deposited one lot of £50 and another lot of £100. So that was on the 23rd of March and on the 3rd of May. So yeah, the last time I put money in was the 3rd of May, so it has been a little while since I did anything with this account, so it'll be really interesting to see how it's gotten on. So immediately you can see that the total value has gone up. It is now £618.40, and underneath that it says up by £76.40, and I can confirm that the amount that I have deposited in total is £542. So I think that is an amazing increase, especially as a complete beginner who's not really sure how to be investing or what the right ways to be, or these strategies and things. I have just been, as I said in the last video, creating my own sort of mini fund with small amounts of lots of different companies. So I am really happy with that. This chart is a little bit difficult to read because obviously it shows the severe jumps up and down where I've deposited money, so it's not entirely clear looking at this lifetime amount. If we click on the month tab, it is a lot easier to see. So obviously this is only in the last month when I haven't been putting any money in, but you can see that I started this month on 592 and it's gone up a significant amount, obviously up to £618. So that's really good. Now what I think I'll do is go onto my activity tab, and we'll start back in March when I last filmed my video and go through my activity on here, and we can have a little look at that. So just before I go into the things that I've bought since I last left you guys back in March, I just want to sort of explain my strategy, if you can call it that, for Freetrade. So generally I am buying around £10 worth of shares per company. Obviously if the company is worth more than £10 a share, then I'll just buy one share if I do think that it's worth the bigger investment. But this is generally making me feel a lot more comfortable with investing and parting with my money, because I know that each share is only worth a small amount, so I'm not putting all of my money into one company and sort of worrying about if that company is going to survive or increase or whatever. So that's sort of the route that I've been going down, and I found that has been working out really well for me. So if I start back in March, which is where I last left you guys, so I did get a free share of Dropbox. I'm not sure if that was in the last video or not, but I have received a couple of dividends from SSE and Unilever, and this sort of 20-30p mark is the standard sort of high for my dividends that I've been getting, because like I say, I've only been investing very small amounts in each company, so the dividends are going to be small as well. So I did buy one from Kingfisher, that was only £3. I think I bought that with some dividend money that had been sat in my cash wallet. So then I did put in £100 at the end of March, so I did buy a couple of shares with that. So I got a Fever Tree, you can see there, £21.98, I bought one share. JD, one share. Beasley, one share. Dunelm, one. BP, I got 3 for £8.96. B&M, Money Supermarket, Mitchells and Butlers, which is a pub. And then you've got Shell as well. And then I've got a couple of more dividends. Like I say, that one's only 5p, but I am still going to take that, I'm not going to complain. And another one there from Next Energy Solar. Now my A01 did get cancelled. I think that's because I didn't put enough money in towards it and the price went up, because with Freetrade the orders are delayed, so they do it I think the next day, and if the price goes up in that time, then the money you've put forward to buy that isn't enough, then it will get cancelled. So that didn't go through, but I did get Taylor Wimpey and another dividend there. And then here in the 3rd of May I put in another £50 and went on another little buying spree and bought a couple of other ones that were on my wish list. So I bought Legal & General, Direct Line, Travis Perkins got rejected but I think I bought that later on, United Utilities, Admiral, so a couple more dividends there and a free share as well. That's the one that was worth £7.90. And then most of May, to be honest with you, was dividends. I don't think I bought anything after this. And as you can see, all of these are under 20p. But this might give you an idea of what you could expect. So I did buy a train line. Again, that's £3. That's usually from where I've saved up dividend money and bought a share with it. That's a very low value. And again in June, more dividends. I received quite a lot in a small space of time. I don't know if these are all annual ones or if they are quarterly ones. Usually they are one of the two. Sometimes you do get monthly dividends, but they are a lot rarer, and obviously if you get paid them monthly they will be a lot smaller than if you get paid them annually. Yeah, and just more and more dividends. Very small amounts, but added up together you can afford more shares, and over a 20-year period that one share could become something much bigger. Yep, so then I got a dividend from Tate & Lye, which was the free share that I got, so not only did I get a free share, I'm also getting dividends from that as well, so that is really good to see. And yeah, that brings us up to August, so the date today is the 22nd of August, so yeah, I'm really happy with how that's been. I did actually calculate the value of my dividends in total since I invested. I went through my activity list and I added together all of my dividends, and they came to £7.78 in total, which I think is really, really good considering the small amounts of money I've been putting into here. So if I go onto my homepage, I'll just do a little portfolio update. I'll go through them all and you can see what I have invested in and how much in each company. So my list is getting quite long now. I wonder what the highest value one I've got. I think I've got one that's around £36. I think that's probably around my largest amount. Also, it's interesting to note how many of these are green and how many of them are red. As you can see, that top one there is minus 20.75%. But overall my portfolio has grown by a fair amount, so it does sort of keep the point fresh that some will go down but others will bring your whole portfolio up. So quite a few £5 ones there. And Tesco got reduced, so they stopped. So Tesco actually changed the amount of shares in their company, and if you held two, then they sort of got consolidated into one bigger one. I think that's how it worked. They do send out memos on Freetrade letting you know what's going on with some of your investments, if things are changing, so that is really good as well. So yeah, my smallest share is Tesco at £2.47, and my largest share at the top here is £41.38, and if you click on it you can see how much you paid for it. You see there that I bought it for £39.77 on the 10th of February. And just that one has gone up by 4.5%, so that's really cool to see. So then if I go on to my Insights tab, I showed you this in the last video. If I go onto portfolio performance, so in the last video my lifetime performance was 5.9%, which I was really, really happy with, and that was nearly a year after investing because that was from May through to March. If we go onto my max now, we can see that it has made 34.12%, which is amazing to see for me, considering I am a complete beginner and I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just getting comfortable with it. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with that. And obviously this little chart I showed you guys before shows you your portfolio versus the FTSE All World ETF. So before I was beating this ETF and now I am not beating it, so that ETF is showing at plus 31.42% and I'm only plus 26, but I am pretty happy with that considering it's something that I've done by creating my own fund and not just investing into somebody else's ETF. So I am really happy with that. I am putting my money into funds in my Vanguard ISA, so like I say, this is just me getting comfortable and investing in different companies that I like to invest in and seeing how that goes. So this is quite cool. If I go back to 3 months, then it's 4.2%, and the last month is 7%, and the last week I've actually gone down 0.2%. So that is my Freetrade update over the last few months. Like I say, haven't done a huge amount with it, but still interesting to see how it's coming along. It has reminded me also that I probably should put a little bit more money in there. I have just sort of left it and forgotten about it for now. But yeah, that's how my portfolio is coming along. Really pleased with it, really happy. I'm glad I have started and I will continue to keep that account as well. I do think it's healthy to remember that this isn't your typical year for investing. Obviously, people have seen a lot more growth than they probably usually would because the market has been dipping quite a lot in the last year or so. So yeah, don't expect to see huge amounts of growth every year. The stock market is obviously volatile and it can see downs as well as increases. So yeah, thanks for watching and please leave a comment and give me a like and a subscribe if you found this video helpful.